Hi, I'm Robert Begley with day 191 of my video challenge. December 7th, 1941, 80 years ago today. One of the saddest days in American history. Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, more than 3,000 Americans killed, launched America into World War II. And the next 4 years were a lot of death and destruction. I went to Honolulu back in 1990 and stood in front of, in Pearl Harbor, there's a plaque there, there's a memorial, and I wanted to pay my respects. One thing I thought of, I said, Robert, the Japanese people you know today, they couldn't conceive of taking an action, a vicious action, like their predecessors did decades earlier. And I thought about that. Why? Why was that the case in 1990? Why was it so different from 50 years earlier? And one answer is they were Americanized. Before the 1940s, Japanese culture had this very militaristic, nationalistic attitude where the emperor was a god. He was treated like a god, and everyone was taught to sacrifice for him, basically to give your lives. That's why the kamikazes would do at the end of the war. It was more important for them to kill as many Americans as possible than to preserve their own lives. And to an American mindset, this just does not make sense because Americans, for the most part, value human life. And what happened was after the war, when they defanged this terrible ideology, the good ideas of America sunk in, and Japan was modernized and came into the 20th century. And for that reason, we never think of them as this aggressive, militaristic culture. It seems like that's gone. That's what went through my mind when I stood in front of the Pearl Harbor Memorial, and I thought of the families of those who died and how sad it was. And I thought of my father, who served in the Panama Canal. He was in the Marines during World War II, and he was helping to protect the Panama Canal. So today is just a memory of a sad event in world history, not just American history, world history. But the good triumphed, and hopefully that trend continues. Hopefully we learn the lessons from that. And if nothing else, tomorrow, I promise, will be more positive. See you with day 192 then.